we either should have a federal law that prohibits marijuana everywhere, which I would support myself, because I think it's a mistake to back off on marijuana. However, if we want a federal approach, if we want states to have their own laws, then let's get there, and let's get there the right way.
In 2018, Attorney General Jeff Sessions rescinded the Cole Memorandum, which provided guidance to U.S. attorneys that the federal marijuana prohibition should not be enforced in states that have legalized marijuana in one way or the other. Do you believe it was the right decision to rescind the Cole Memorandum?
I'm not going to go after companies that have relied on the Cole Memorandum. However, we either should have a federal law that prohibits marijuana everywhere, which I would support myself, because I think it's a mistake to back off on marijuana. However, if we want a federal approach, if we want states to have their own laws, then let's get there, and let's get there the right way.
Given status quo on marijuana and the fact that 10 states, including the District of Columbia, have legalized marijuana, and given that the status quo is what it is, and as you rightly described, we have federal laws and then there are various states that have different laws. If confirmed, are you intending to use the limited federal resources at your disposal to enforce federal marijuana laws in the states that have legalized marijuana?
No, I thought I answered that by saying that you know, to the extent people are complying with the state laws, you know, in distribution and production and so forth, we're not going to go after that. Okay. But I do feel we can't stay in the current situation because, I mean, if you can imagine any kind of situation, can an existing administration and an attorney general start cutting deals with states to say, well, we're not going to apply the federal law, you know, some gun law or some other thing, and say, we're not going to apply it in your state.
I appreciate your point, but specifically, and I appreciate you answering the question, you do not intend to use the limited federal resources at your disposal to enforce federal marijuana laws in those states or in the District of Columbia that have legalized marijuana.
That's right, but I think the Congress of the United States, it's incumbent on the Congress to regularize, you know, make a decision as to whether we're going to have a federal system or whether it's going to be, you know, a central federal law, because this is breeding disrespect for the federal law.
I agree with you. I believe Congress should act. I agree.
With respect to the line of questioning about the states that have legalized marijuana, either for medicinal purposes or recreational purposes, I think what you were trying to say in a very, very respectful way is it's not your job to do our job. Is that right? That if we ultimately want to provide certainty for these businesses, you've done a good job in saying that you disagree with the policy of the states, but we are where we are, and you would not want to undermine that given that investments have been made, states have move forward. But at the end of the day, we should stop talking about it here and making it your job. And those members, I don't happen to be one of them, who think that we should take these federal laws off the books should probably file a bill and try and get it done. Is that a fair assessment of your opinion?
That's generally fair, yes.
Okay.